Hello Raiders, this is Ezron. Welcome back to my Deliana account bastion. It is now day 8 of the account and I've continued to make progress. I will say that, now that I've got Deliana leveled up, or at least, to level 50, and got, gear that is in alignment with the rest of this account, I've made good progress, primarily in the campaign. Once we click in here and it draws, I am through to the Brimstone Path, stage 12 on Brutal. In theory, I could farm here. In practice, my Kyle is still a little bit too weak. He requires Deliana to help him clear each wave consistently. So I've really sort of reverted back to the Deadlands and tried to do what I can do there. This just lets me get more food in and have, a much higher guarantee of all my runs completing and me not failing the run. So there's a far better energy usage. I'll say also, if you look now at my energy meter, I finally am down to 41 energy. You get a lot of energy early in the game, so you can play a lot and you can continue to develop your account. It was sort of a struggle to burn this much energy over time, especially with me being out of town last weekend. But I think I finally got there, and I'm starting to show, a fair amount of account progress. The other thing to note about the account is now that I'm into Brutal campaign, I have sold almost all of my 3-star stuff and only kept really 4 and 5 stars. You'll see here, there are a few items, like this. You sometimes need specific gear to complete quests or missions. So I keep some of this stuff around just in case I need it, but I don't actually think that I will roll it or use. The other thing that was actually a pretty significant advantage on the account, is now the Forge. You have this 4 and 5 star rare gear, which, I got this shield, which is reasonable for early game use. Got some speed and got some crit damage. I have not got yet any speed boots, but this kind of gear is stuff you can get out of the Forge very early on, and I think it would is going to make a big difference in account progression compared to what it was like when I came through the game the first time, when this stuff just wasn't available because the feature wasn't in the game. The other thing to note is I have 3, almost 4 level 40s that are food, and I will work on another one shortly. That really is the hardest part of getting your first 6-star, in my opinion. Then you just have to get a bunch of rare or uncommon champs to level 30 and pop them up to 4-star to get Kyle to 6-star. So, we're getting there. I think once that happens, I'll have no problem farming 12-3 relatively easily. I could also maybe get a little bit more gear, but until I can find a way to really crack Spider and maybe get, an amulet here that has either some extra crit damage or some more attack, or maybe even more accuracy, I don't know that I'm going to be very successful in that. The other thing to note, now that I've used Deliana a little bit, I'm starting to get a feel of how she works. I thought I would be using her A2 with the decreased resistance a lot. That does help on bosses, but I'm actually really super impressed with Heartstealer. Really just because of the AoE leech and the fact that it's on, A1 means it can't ever get locked out and you can always use it. So I think that that's been really, really good. She tends not to hit hard, but she hits a lot. So she's been pivotal in cleaning up some of the harder campaign stages I've had, and done a fair amount of help in, say, like the Force Potion dungeon, where you need a lot of Force Potions to, for instance, ascend War Maiden and then soon, ascend her. So, making good progress in all of this stuff. at this point, it's just, I think, a matter of sitting down and getting ready for the grind to finish Kyle getting to 6-star. Sorry, misclick right there. I instead intended to click into Clan v Clan. Say, Clan v Clan does start tomorrow, and you know the starter clan I'm in now has everything that's required to participate. I don't know how much I'm going to play over the next 2 days, just because I need to support my main clan and make sure that we do well. Also, knowing that there is the fusion starting at the end of the week, that that might affect how much we participate. But double points here in the Forge objectives. I'm going to try to do what I can to grind out some faction wars, and then leveling things up, something I have to do a lot early. So maybe we'll do okay. I'm expecting that this clan will be in tier 1, where the milestones are pretty achievable. But once you get up into this level of getting a fair number of chickens or some extra brews, it can be a big difference. Like even this greater arcane potions can save a lot of energy at this level. Should I manage to get to 100,000 points? I'm not sure what kind of points an account like this will generate in CVC, but we'll see a little bit. Should I have time away from my main? But other than that, I'd like to say I think that the account is progressing potentially a little bit faster than I expected, just because of Deliana. So early on, I think my assertion or my thought that Deliana would be helpful with account progression is very true. I think she's an awesome champion. If you either just started raid or you're thinking about starting, getting her now just to have her, even if you decide not to use her, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. But I think that she would be a huge help. So it would really be a boon to your progression to grab one, just in case you ever decide to pick it up and really make a run with her, through the end game. So that's where I am today. I want to thank you for your time in watching the video. Drop a like or a comment. Let me know if there's anything else you want to look at in the account and or talk about how I made progression. Thank you for your time. This is Ezron signing off.